do. The video games are designed. They have people who design video games. They don't just one day, like Jesus, appear out of nowhere.
To desensitize people from shooting other people.
Because they're rewarded. The thing that's scary about this is they're rewarded for shooting people. They're rewarded for shooting police officers. I mean, guys, censorship. I'm all for freedom of speech. We're prime advocates of that right here. However, there comes a fine line there when these kids are doing this.
Well, I mean, how many times have you heard that argument that free speech does not give you the right to yell fire in a theater? But you have a right to freedom of speech, and that's good, and that's important, and we should have it. But that doesn't mean that you misuse your freedom of speech to harm other people and to
condone it and be rewarded for it in magazines and movies. And, I blame Hollywood, for a lot of this because every frickin' movie you go out and see, it's negative, it's car chases, it's shooting, it's blowing up cars, murdering violence. People. Yeah, it's violence towards women.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this society drilling down into its people?
I mean, axe murders, Texas chainsaw massacre, chopping people up.
And the news, I mean, every time you turn on the Los Angeles news, the local news, there isn't one evening that goes by where you don't see an officer involved shooting and a car chase and or some sort of violent act. And it's just, these people are put up on pedestals. They just have to draw the fine line.
Yeah, well, when I was growing up on television and radio, it would be the news of the day. Now, tonight, it's called action news. Channel 7 action news, meaning it's action. I want to see some blood. We want to see some violence, some action news.
I don't even watch it. Like ABC to me is all about crap. That's what it means.
Yeah, I mean, I always say ABC is all about the conspiracy,
Yeah.
And NBC is nothing but conspiracy.
Or nothing but crap.
The bottom line here is that media, and I've often wondered about that too, it's just the way my mind thinks, but the word media, that whole area we call today the Middle East, if it was controlled by a race of people called the Medes. The Medes and the Persians. The Medes were one group and the Persians were another, and they got together and they controlled that whole area of the Middle East, and it was called media. That's what the name of that whole area under the Medes and Persians was called, media.
Well, I call them prostitutes because they're nothing but people for hire just spewing out whatever they're told. There's no such thing as journalism. I think that went away with, if you look like Walter Cronkite. And, but you see these people, they're just talking idiots, each one of them.
I was told, I have in my company, I'd say about 13 years ago, we had a newsman from one of the local network news came to our office, and we were talking with him about his job, and he was a very well-known Los Angeles newsman on nightly news, and he said, "I'll tell you something about the news in Los Angeles you don't know." He said, "I had to sign a contract in order to get this to be the news anchorman with one of the major network news. I had to sign a contract that said, if I say anything on the air that is not on that teleprompter, that I can be arrested and put in jail." That was the contract I had to sign, that I can be arrested and put in jail, and because I had to give up my rights as an American to speak truth. I had to sign a contract which signed away my right to speak publicly in order to get the job. They have told me, "We hear you make one comment, your own personal view, on anything that's not on that teleprompter, you will be arrested. Now, do you want the job or don't you? You'll be a big shot, you'll look good on television, you'll be paid a lot of money, and the first time you open your mouth and say something that you're not told to say, you're going to jail."
Well, look at who owns Reuters. I mean, Reuters, it was originally owned by the Rothschilds, and then it was sold to the Thomson Corporation out of Canada. Look at it, it's a $13 billion company back in 2011. They control a good portion of the news. Ironically, it was sold to the Thomson Group, but prior to that, it was owned by the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds controlled all the banking, hence the banking controls all the media. Are you really getting facts, or are you getting fiction?
It's just business here. Don't take this personal. It's just business.